Welcome back to the Hot Mess Prodcast. I'm Maya, your queen of chaos, awkward moments, and accidental life lessons. If you've ever tripped over your own feet, sent a text you immediately regretted, or laughed at something you probably shouldn't have, congratulations, you're in the right place.
And I'm Zayn, your calmish co-host, trying to make sense of Maya's messes and my own. Seriously, some days I feel like I need a manual just to survive my own life. But today, we're taking it up a notch. We're diving into the Wabi-Sabi aesthetic. That's right, the art of embracing imperfection, flaws, and life's beautifully messy moments.
Because let's be honest, life is messy. Love is messy. Work is messy. Friendships are messy. And let's not even get started on cooking or your favorite latte that looked nothing like the Instagram version. But here's the thing. The messiness? That's where the magic is. That's why the Wabi-Sabi aesthetic is so amazing. It teaches us that imperfections are not just okay, they're beautiful.
Exactly. It's like saying, hey, your life doesn't have to be perfect, and neither do you. And guess what? That's totally fine. And honestly, if we waited for everything to be perfect, this podcast wouldn't even exist.
Exactly. So, if you've ever felt like a walking disaster with zero direction but plenty of stories, trust me, you're gonna feel right at home today. Let's dive in. All right, let's break it down. The Wabi-Sabi aesthetic comes from Japan, and it's a traditional philosophy that's been around for centuries. At its core, it's about finding beauty in imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. It's the idea that nothing lasts forever, nothing is perfect, and nothing is complete, and that's what makes life meaningful. Think of it like your messy apartment, a coffee stain on your notebook, or a cracked mug. Those aren't flaws, they're stories, they're character. Personally, some of my best memories came from things going wrong, like that time I tried to cook for a date, burned the pasta, spilled sauce everywhere, and somehow ended up laughing so hard that it became the highlight of the night. That's Wabi-Sabi, seeing the charm in the chaos instead of wishing everything were perfect. It teaches us to embrace mistakes, imperfections, and the messy parts of life. And when you start doing that, everything feels lighter, funnier, and a lot less stressful.
Exactly. Wabi-Sabi doesn't just tell us to notice imperfection, it teaches us to celebrate it. This Japanese philosophy encourages patience, acceptance, and reflection, reminding us that nothing lasts forever and that nothing is truly perfect. That applies to everything. Relationships are messy, careers have ups and downs, and personal growth comes with setbacks. Those flaws are what give life texture. When you start seeing life through a Wabi-Sabi lens, even small things become meaningful. A cracked mug, a wrinkled shirt, or a faded photo suddenly carry more charm than anything brand new and flawless. And the best part? It helps us stop chasing perfection, stop comparing ourselves to curated images on social media, and just appreciate life as it is messy, imperfect, and real. Embracing that mess? Honestly, it's liberating, like finally giving yourself permission to just be human.
All right, let's get real. Wabi-Sabi isn't just about admiring cracked mugs and faded photos. It's about embracing your own chaos, flaws, and messiness. I mean, think about it. How many times have you spilled coffee on your shirt, sent a text you immediately regretted, or accidentally ghosted someone because life was too much? That's all part of being human. And guess what? It's beautiful. Personally, I've had so many moments where things didn't go as planned, but those failures ended up teaching me lessons, making me laugh, or even connecting me with someone in a way I never expected. Like that time I tried to impress someone with a fancy home-cooked dinner and ended up burning everything, including the dessert. It was a disaster, but we laughed for hours, and it became a story we still tell. That's the essence of Wabi-Sabi in real life, finding joy, meaning, and even humor in the messy, imperfect moments, and finally letting go of the idea that you need to have everything under control to be enough.
Exactly. And adding to that, embracing your hot mess means stopping the comparison game. Everyone's highlight reel looks perfect on Instagram or TikTok, but behind the scenes, everyone is tripping, spilling, failing, and learning. Life is messy. Relationships are messy. Careers are messy. Personal growth is messy. And that's okay. Wabi-Sabi teaches us to stop running from imperfection and start accepting it. Because it's in those messy moments that we often grow the most, connect the most deeply, and find the funniest stories. It's about laughing at yourself, forgiving your mistakes, and realizing that your quirks, flaws, and chaos are actually what make you unique. So, the next time your life feels like a hot mess, instead of stressing, just pause and say, "Ah, this is Wabi-Sabi in action, and I look good in chaos." Because you do. We all do.
Okay, so let's talk about what all this messiness actually teaches us. Life isn't a straight line, and perfection isn't the goal. Growth, connection, and humor are. From relationships to friendships, career to self-discovery, the moments that feel awkward, messy, or even like total failures are usually the ones that teach us the most. I've learned that sending a wrong text can lead to a hilarious story that breaks the ice, that a failed project at work can push me to try something better, and that awkward first dates are basically training for better future experiences. The beauty of Wabi-Sabi is that it makes you stop fighting reality and start noticing the lessons and laughter in it. Every spill, every mistake, every cringe moment is shaping you. And if you start seeing it that way, life stops feeling like a disaster and starts feeling like an adventure you get to tell stories about later.
Exactly. And to add, embracing life's messiness also teaches us patience, resilience, and self-acceptance. Nothing lasts forever, and nothing is ever perfectly under control. That's Wabi-Sabi. Relationships have ups and downs, careers have setbacks, and personal growth is full of trial and error. But in those failures are the moments that build character, creativity, and empathy. Even something as simple as a cracked mug or a messy room can remind us that imperfection is natural and beautiful. When we stop comparing ourselves to perfection, stop fearing mistakes, and actually lean into the chaos, we find freedom. We laugh more, stress less, and start enjoying life for what it really is: messy, unpredictable, imperfect, and yet perfectly ours.
All right, now it's confession time. Let's be real, embracing Wabi-Sabi isn't just a philosophy, it's a lifestyle. And sometimes, that lifestyle comes with embarrassing, messy, and downright chaotic moments. Personally, I once showed up to a work meeting with mismatched shoes, yes, one black, one brown, and didn't notice until halfway through. I was mortified, but it ended up being the icebreaker of the day. People laughed, I laughed, and honestly, it made the meeting way less tense. Another time, I tried to make a fancy dinner for friends and literally set off the smoke alarm 3 times, chaos, burnt food, and all, but we ended up laughing so hard it was unforgettable. These moments could have felt like failures if I hadn't embraced the mess and found the humor in it. And that's exactly what Wabi-Sabi teaches us. Life isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up, making mistakes, and finding joy in the imperfections.
And to build on that, I'll admit I've had my fair share of messy moments too. Like the time I tried to impress someone with a cool coffee order and ended up spilling it all over myself and the table. Or the time I went on a first date and got lost for an hour. We laughed so much that the date actually turned out better than planned. Those moments could have been embarrassing or stressful, but they ended up being stories I'll never forget. That's what Wabi-Sabi is really about. Learning to laugh at ourselves, accept our flaws, and see the beauty in chaos. Imperfection isn't a problem. It's what makes life interesting, memorable, and truly human. So, for anyone listening who feels like a walking disaster, congratulations, you're living the Wabi-Sabi aesthetic perfectly.
So, here's the takeaway. Life is messy, chaotic, and imperfect, and that's exactly what makes it beautiful. The Wabi-Sabi aesthetic isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding joy, humor, and meaning in the cracks, spills, and mistakes. Whether it's a failed date, a burnt dinner, a messy room, or just one of those days where nothing goes right, embrace it, laugh at it, learn from it, share the story. Because life doesn't have to be flawless to be amazing, it just has to be real. And that's something we can all celebrate.
Exactly. And remember, imperfection isn't a flaw, it's your superpower. Stop comparing yourself to curated social media. Stop fearing mistakes and start leaning into your chaos. Laugh more, stress less, and see the beauty in life's messiness. That's Wabi-Sabi. And that's living a truly hot mess life. One that's authentic, unpredictable, and entirely yours. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and tell us about your own perfectly imperfect stories. We can't wait to hear them.
Thanks for listening to the Hot Mess Prodcast. Stay messy, stay human, and we'll catch you next time.